Did you know that dragon fruit got its name because its bright pink, spiny skin looks like the scales of a mythical dragon? Pretty cool, right? If you treat this plant right, it'll reward you with some of the most exotic and nutritious fruits in the world. So stick around because today on Don't Do This Guide, we're going to teach you how to plant dragon fruit like a pro. Alright, before we dig into the nitty-gritty of planting, let's get to know the dragon fruit a little better. Originally from Central and South America, this exotic fruit, also known as Pitahaya, thrives in warm tropical climates. We're talking about a fruit packed with antioxidants, vitamins, C and B vitamins, and minerals. Plus, it's low in calories and high in fiber, making it a guilt-free snack for those watching their waistline. There's the classic white-fleshed dragon fruit with its vibrant pink skin, the sweeter red-fleshed variety, and even a yellow skin type with white flesh. Choosing the right dragon fruit variety for your garden is like picking the perfect dance partner. It's all about compatibility. Each variety has its own unique characteristics, and understanding these can make a world of difference. Taking a few minutes to figure out which variety thrives in your climate will save you a whole lot of heartache down the road. Some varieties are more suited to tropical climates, while others can handle a bit of chill. Knowing your local climate and matching it with the right variety is key. If you're in a more temperate region, don't despair. You can still grow dragon fruit in a greenhouse or even indoors with plenty of light. Greenhouses provide a controlled environment that can mimic the tropical conditions dragon fruit loves, while indoor setups with grow lights can also do the trick. Dragon fruit are climbers, and they need a sturdy support system to grow on. Trellises, arbors, or even simple stakes can provide the necessary support. This not only helps the plant grow vertically, but also makes harvesting easier. If you're short on space, don't worry. You can train them to grow up a trellis or even in a large container. Container gardening is a great option for urban gardeners or those with limited space, allowing you to enjoy fresh dragon fruit even in a small backyard or balcony. Do you prefer a sweeter fruit or something a little more tart? There are dragon fruit varieties to suit every palate, so do your research and pick one that gets your taste buds tingling. Alright, fellow dragon tamers, it's time to prep the lair for our spiky friends. Dragon fruit plants, with their unique and exotic appearance, are a fantastic addition to any garden. But before we get to the fun part of planting, we need to make sure our growing area is just right. Dragon fruit might seem exotic, but trust me, they're not too demanding when it comes to their growing conditions. They are quite adaptable and can thrive in various environments, as long as we provide them with the basics. These tropical beauties love well-draining soil that's rich in organic matter. Think of it as giving them a nutrient-packed bed to rest in. The better the soil, the happier your plants will be. If your soil is more on the clay-heavy side, don't sweat it. Clay soil can be a bit tricky, but with a few adjustments, it can be made suitable for dragon fruit. You can easily amend it with some compost or coco coir to improve drainage. These amendments will help break up the clay and allow water to flow more freely, preventing root rot. Dragon fruit plants thrive in full sun, meaning they need at least 6 to 8 hours of direct sunlight each day. Sunlight is crucial for their growth and fruit production. So pick a spot in your garden that gets plenty of those golden rays. A sunny location will ensure your plants get the energy they need to grow strong and healthy. Dragon fruit plants can get pretty big, so give them plenty of room to spread their wings, or should I say, their spiky arms. They need space to grow without being cramped. A good rule of thumb is to space them about 10 to 12 feet apart. This spacing allows for adequate air circulation and reduces the risk of disease. Alright, it's time to get our hands dirty and plant some dragon fruit. The most common way to propagate dragon fruit is from cuttings. You'll need a healthy dragon fruit cutting, which is crucial because the health of your cutting will determine the success of your propagation. Look for one that's about a foot long and has at least a few nodes. Those are the little bumps where the roots will sprout from. The nodes are essential as they are the starting points for new growth. Once you've got your cutting, let it callus over for a few days. This step is important because it helps prevent rot when you plant it in the soil. While your cutting is callusing, prepare your planting medium. The right soil mix will provide the necessary nutrients and drainage for your cutting to thrive. A good mix for dragon fruit cuttings is equal parts potting soil, perlite, and sand. This combination ensures proper drainage and aeration, which are vital for the plant's root development. Once your cutting is calloused and your planting medium is ready, make a small hole in the center of your pot and gently insert the calloused end of the cutting. Be careful not to damage the nodes as you plant it. Water your newly planted cutting thoroughly, but be careful not to overwater. Overwatering can lead to root rot, so it's best to keep the soil slightly moist, but not soggy. Alright, let's talk about support. And no, I don't mean emotional support, although we all need a little of that from time to time. Dragon fruit are climbers, and they need a sturdy structure to cling to as they grow. Think of it like giving your dragon its own personal jungle gym. One popular method is using a trellis. You can build your own using sturdy posts and wire, or you can buy a pre-made trellis from your local garden center. Another option is to plant your dragon fruit against a wall or fence and train it to grow upwards. Whichever method you choose, the key is to provide your dragon fruit with plenty of support so it can focus its energy on growing those delicious fruits. Time to talk about everyone's favorite topic, watering. Now, dragon fruit are cacti, so they're pretty drought tolerant. The key to watering dragon fruit is to find that sweet spot. Not too much, not too little, but just right. A good rule of thumb is to water your dragon fruit deeply but infrequently. This means giving the soil a good soak, allowing the excess water to drain away, and then waiting until the soil is mostly dry before watering again. You can check the soil moisture by sticking your finger about an inch deep into the soil. Now, let's talk about feeding your dragon fruit. These hungry plants are heavy feeders, especially during the growing season. You'll want to fertilize them every 4 to 6 weeks with a balanced fertilizer. Now here's the thing about dragon fruit. Most varieties are self-incompatible, which means they need a little help from their friends, or a helpful gardener, to produce fruit. This is where cross-pollination comes in. In the wild, dragon fruit flowers are pollinated by bats and moths, but in our gardens, we might need to give them a helping hand. The good news is, hand-pollinating dragon fruit is super easy. All you need is a small paintbrush or cotton swab. Simply collect pollen from the anthers of one flower and transfer it to the stigma of another flower on a different plant. Once your dragon fruit is pollinated, you'll start to see small green fruits developing behind the flowers. After weeks or even months of anticipation, those vibrant fruits are finally ready to be plucked from their spiky perches. But how can you tell when your dragon fruit is ripe and ready to eat? Well, there are a few telltale signs to look out for. First, check the color. Ripe dragon fruit will have a vibrant, even color, whether it's pink, red, or yellow. If the fruit is still green or has green patches, it needs a bit more time to ripen. Next, give the fruit a gentle squeeze. Ripe dragon fruit will yield slightly to pressure, similar to a ripe kiwi or avocado. Finally, check the spines. As dragon fruit ripens, the spines will start to dry out and become brittle. Pruning dragon fruit is actually pretty straightforward, and it's essential for keeping your plants healthy and productive. Think of it like giving your dragon a stylish haircut. The best time to prune dragon fruit is during the dormant season, which is typically in late fall or winter. When pruning, your main goal is to remove any dead, damaged, or diseased branches. These can attract pests and diseases, so it's best to get rid of them. You'll also want to remove any branches that are growing in the wrong direction or crossing over each other. Well, there you have it, folks. Everything you need to know to plant, grow, and harvest your very own dragon fruit. If you learned even one new thing from this video, please tap that like button. It tells the YouTube algorithm that this content is worth sharing with other curious gardeners out there. And if you're new here or just haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss out on our future Don't Do This Guide episodes. Until then, happy gardening!